Hi guys, Kregorov here. Welcome to yet another How to Ultra Nightmare. This is a special boss edition today. As you can see, I'm with my friend the Cyberdemon here. Today's class is to study our friend's behavior and pattern in order to easily defeat it even on an Ultra Nightmare playthrough. Cyberdemon can be seen as a challenging boss, but once studied and learned, it turns out to be quite a charm to defeat. This boss fight is split into two separate phases, one on Mars, one in Hell, both phases having two different subdivisions based on the Cyberdemon health. When his health reaches a certain threshold, he will be adding new attacks to its arsenal while being slightly more aggressive in an attempt to throw you off. We will be studying both subdivisions of both phases, starting with the phase Mars, Subdivision 1. The first attack we will be looking at is its rocket launcher attack. Contrary to most demons on Ultra Nightmare, the Cyberdemon does not lead its shot on most of his attack except the laser cannon, which we'll see shortly. When we look at the trajectory of a rocket launcher attack, we see that the rockets are always following us closely without ever being shot in front of us. This is known as a reactive attack. The Cyberdemon shoots in reaction to the Doomslayer movement. This means as long as you are moving in one direction, the Cyberdemon will miss all his shots, as demonstrated in the clips here. As long as you keep your distance and move in one same direction, you will be fine. What happens, however, if you need to change direction, for example in case of a wall coming up? If you simply walk back into the rocket barrage, you have good chance of being hit. However, the fact that the rocket launcher attack is a reactive attack instead of a preemptive attack, we can trick the Cyberdemon into creating a window for us to exploit. There is two ways to achieve this. The easiest way is to jump just before switching direction. The jump action will trick the Cyberdemon to shoot higher in reaction to the new Doomslayer position. This higher shot gives us just enough space to safely walk under the rocket barrage. The other solution is to simply take 2 or 3 steps forward, then switching direction. By the time the Cyberdemon reacts, you will have walked right under the rockets. The next attack to pay attention to is called a wave. Cyberdemon will telegraph this attack by swinging its right arm along the ground. Alone, this attack is quite simple to dodge and will stay the same throughout all of the Mars phase. You can simply jump over it. However, it is to be noted that the wave is a highly used attack in combination with the rocket rain. The rocket rain on its own is not too dangerous. Cyberdemon will stomp the ground and lots of rockets will fire up from its back. Again, a highly telegraphed attack. To dodge it, you have to locate the nearest safe spot in between the targeted zone on the ground and move in. However, the Cyberdemon will always use this opportunity to throw another attack in the mix, the wave or the charge. It is well advised to pay attention to which attack is coming next to react accordingly. In all cases, it is good practice to find a safe spot on the left or right of the current Cyberdemon position, as it will position you much better to dodge the charge attack in case he does it. The charge attack followed by a stomp is used by the Cyberdemon mainly to close the distance. The further away you are from him, the more often you will use it. All you have to do is move out of the way and get some distance from him again. Be sure to see it coming when in conjunction with the rocket rain. These attacks complete Subdivision 1 of the Mars phase. Let's jump into Subdivision 2. After quite some damage, the Cyberdemon will stagger and drop ammo. It is usually at that point that Subdivision 2 starts. All attacks will remain the same except with the addition of the laser cannon shot. The laser cannon attack is the most devastating of the Cyberdemon arsenal. If caught by a direct hit, your Ultra Nightmare run might come to an end prematurely. This attack is considered a preemptive one, as the Cyberdemon constantly tries to predict your upcoming position during the charging phase. In order to dodge this attack, you must convince him that you are going one direction and quickly change your mind when he is locked on. A distinctive sound cue will tell you when to switch. You must convince him because if you keep strafing left and right while the charge up phase, the Cyberdemon, unconvinced of your next potential move, will aim directly onto the Doomslayer. Depending on the situation, you should pick either left or right and stick to it until you get the sound cue. By mastering this technique, you will eventually be able to dodge this attack without even looking at it. I also have to mention that you can dodge this attack using a Gauss boost. By turning 90 degrees from the Cyberdemon, you can simply wait without moving your Q sound, and quickly jump while going backward while shooting. The timing is of the essence here, but it is very reliable once mastered, plus you look like a badass. All the other attacks during this part will be the same as during Subdivision 1, however be aware that the Cyberdemon will add the laser cannon attack as a follow-up to the rocket ring, especially when he's getting low on health. This proves to be a very tough combo to deal with, because the rocket rain interferes with your strategy to avoid the laser cannon attack, which brings me to our mutual friend, the BFG 9000. Each phase has a BFG round on the ground, meaning we can use one shot in each phase while still coming out of the fight fully stacked. Since the attacks up to this point are fairly easy to dodge once known, I suggest that you keep your BFG shot for that specific moment. By shooting directly at him, you will stun him, which cancels his laser cannon attack and open a window to finish him off. Bosses take more damage from normal weapon when staggered, so go all out during that window. If you are out of BFG ammo, my advice in this case is to hope for the best regarding the rocket ring by jumping while moving through the field and concentrate on dodging the laser shot at all costs, which is the most devastating. Don't forget that if hurt, you can stop damaging the Cyberdemon, keeping him at the same state of aggressiveness, and use Siphon Grenade to get your health and armor back. The only part where I don't advise doing this is when he is about a third of his health, as at this point it is safer to finish the fight and heal at the beginning of the hell phase, where he do not use his laser cannon shot. Before long you will be back to hell, ready for round 2. The hell phase is basically the Mars phase but cranked up a notch. The rocket ring, the charge, as well as the rocket launcher attacks are all back and unchanged. Cyberdemon will welcome you with a variation of the wave attack by sending 3 waves your way. This attack, Lt-Kregorov, consists of a low wave followed by a high wave followed by another low. Consider double jumping as prohibited during the hell phase, as double jumping will result in receiving the high wave in the face. To dodge this attack, you simply need to jump, wait, and jump. No need to crouch, no need to double jump. As for the wave during Mars phase, the triple wave is heavily used by the Cyberdemon, especially in conjunction with the rocket rain attack. Make sure you keep an eye on him at all times. Cyberdemon will also be using a crowd control attack by creating walls, trapping you with him. Although this attack doesn't hurt, it forces you to adapt your dodging skill when used in conjunction with the rocket launcher. Due to the walls, the rocket have a high chance of hitting the wall next or, more importantly, behind you, creating splash damage even if you succeed in dodging them. Although this damage might not be high, it can happen so often during the fight that it will slowly kill you. To avoid this situation, you should position yourself far enough from the Cyberdemon while staying away from the back wall. This will prevent splash damage from behind to happen. To deal with the rocket barrage, start on one side of the wall, go across, use the 2-step tricks to go under the rocket barrage, travel back to the first wall and jump over the rocket this time around. Repeat the under-over routine if needed. From there, all attacks but one is covered. The Cyberdemon has a pocket knife that he brings out only on very specific occasions. If you stay too close to him during hell phase, he might randomly throw a single wave attack. This attack is nasty as it is much less telegraphed than the rest. For this reason, you should stay at relative long distance from him at all time. Now that all attacks are known, the process of defeating him is the same as on Mars. By dropping his health around 70%, he will start using his laser cannon again. Once dropped even lower, he will start using it in conjunction with the rocket ring. BFG time. It is to note that the turret mode of the chain gun is very effective on the Cyberdemon when staggered by a BFG shot. It is worth a try. By applying the same technique as on Mars, the Cyberdemon will fall in no time. And that's about it, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
again.